usually start, thank you very much, drop the official document. I usually say all protocols observed. But it's very few times I get to speak when the Prime Minister is part of my audience. And then I have 4 or 5 and more ministers, so I think I better do the right thing. Mr. Master of Ceremonies, the President of the National Water Commission, Mr. Mark Barnett, the Most Honorable Prime Minister Andrew Holness, Senator the Honorable Pearnell Charles, Junior Minister without portfolio, the Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation. Before I say anything else, I have to recognize the Honorable Horace Chang, who was my first Minister of Water when I came into this thing. I'm glad to see that he's visiting us from St. James. Mr. Franklyn Witter, who is the Member of Parliament for this constituency, Custos Rotolorium, Mrs. Beryl Rochester, His Worship the Mayor, my senior at Monroe, Derek Sangster, board members, I see the Vice Chairman, Mr. Dennis Fongi, board members of NWC, Stephen Edwards, I see some others, yes, that's it, representatives of various contracting firms, very important to us because we can't do this without your assistance. Other partner agencies, members of the media, distinguished guests and citizens of the Junction area, my friends, councillors, all of you from up there and down here, good to see you all. My friends on the outside, young ladies and gentlemen from all the schools around. Welcome, it's my great pleasure to welcome you as the chairman of the commissioners of the National Water Commission. We're proud to be in St. Elizabeth. I grew up the top there, so went to Topville School and Monroe College. You can't get more West St. Elizabeth and country than that. So it's good to be back down here to welcome you all to the official commissioning ceremony for the Essex Valley Water Supply Improvement Project. It's a big project. We offer this welcome not only to the august body of officials, Prime Minister and everybody else, but all the representatives from here, right here in Junction, Bull Savannah, Nain, and the surrounding communities. A few weeks ago, I came down here and toured the area from Long Hill, up to Malvern, Top Hill, down the hill, Comapen, Junction, Forest, New Forest, and all the way around to see all the water tanks. And I must tell you, I was surprised when we at the NWC found 2 more water tanks that we didn't know exist. Big water tanks, and that's something like pudding pan. Big water tank, and we had lost them. We found them back. So now they're back into producing water for the area. So we're here, and you know them where they are. Very, very pleased. There were some that didn't have water. The big one, what's that in over there, sir, Mark? Bridge Hill, 200,000 gallons, no water. We put water in there, and we're branded to say it's National Water Commission water, the brand going on it. The one on Top Hill is a little bit late. You go see the brand up there. There is no shame anywhere we put water. We want everybody to know the National Water Commission is putting water for you everywhere in Junction and across St. Elizabeth. We're going to St. Thomas. We're going to St. James shortly with Minister Chang and Minister Ed and AG Malawi Fort. We're going everywhere to make sure people understand that we feel and share the pain that you feel, and coming from down here, I know the pain. I know how dry it can get, and I know for how many months you can't get water. We're fixing that Today in Junction is one of them fix. But you know, everybody knows I'm a bank, I'm not a politician. So I don't want you to feel me up here talking like a politician. So I'm going to quickly come down. But before I do that, I'm going to tell you that the NWC, we have people in here today to make sure you get registered and put your water in good function. For instance, I tell you something, in Nain, we run 2 pipes along the main road. Not one, you know, not one on the left. We put one on the left and one on the right. But the people them don't want to sign up to put in the meter. Me say, oh no, hurry up and sign up. We have the people here today to sign up so you can get the water on a regular basis. I think we don't want Jim Squeech, the Water Commission, and you pay the little water bill that come. Put in the meter and get the water. We spend all this money, millions of dollars. The others will tell you how much we spend. Make sure you get the water. I'm glad to be here in Junction today to make sure that you understand that the National Water Commission not only working on the big project in the Essex Valley, which you hear about, but really working to make sure ordinary people who I know have had to use tank, carry water upon them head, today we bring water in pipe to Junction. Welcome, and I'm happy to be here.
In the south, for some 20,000 residents or more. This project has been a long time in the making. And I'm indeed feeling proud and happy that we are providing more and more water to the residents of the parish. Ladies and gentlemen, water is life. And it is what this government is providing: clean, pure, and healthy water. Water has always been the centerpiece of life. And if we were to reflect on the Bible for a moment, we would see that Jesus himself emphasized the goodness of water when he said, "The water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life." Honorable Prime Minister, we especially welcome you, sir, to St. Elizabeth once again. And although you have been my sponsor, I want to let you know how much we respect and love you in this blessed parish of St. Elizabeth. And we hope, sir, that after the ceremony, you will be the first to take a sip from this wonderful and bountiful scheme that has been provided for the people of South St. Elizabeth. Ladies and gentlemen, once again I want to welcome you. I implore you to enjoy the remainder of the program. And as my good friend Senator Orbin Hill said, get connected for the benefit of us all, the Water Commission, and for Jamaica on our own. God bless you. Once again, welcome to you.
Thank you very much, Chairman, Honorable Mayor Rochester, Custos Witter, Parish of St. Elizabeth, Honorable, Most Honorable, Michael Bonis, our Prime Minister, Dr. the Honorable Horace Chan, Minister of National Security, Honorable Pearnell Charles Jr., Minister with our portfolio, the Office of the Prime Minister. My colleague, members of Parliament and Minister, J.C. Hutchinson. I heard when the mayor was making his introductory statement, he was not able to give the name of the ministry that Honorable J.C. Hutchinson is in, because it had so much different components. I always have a problem in identifying, but minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Agriculture, Commerce, Investment and Fisheries. Yes, my colleague, Member of Parliament on the southern side of St. Elizabeth and Minister of State in that ministry, Honorable Floyd Green. I worship the Mayor, Mr. Derek Sangster, Senator Arvin Hill, my councillors from the St. Elizabeth Parish Council, and includes the Deputy Mayor, Mr. Albert Williams, Mr. Sitali Honis, Mr. Solomon, Mr. Donald Simpson, Mr. Powell, and my good friend, the MP caretaker for North East St. Elizabeth, Mr. Slowly, also caretakers, members of the security force, officers from the National Water Commission, members of the media, and my beautiful constituents, people of St. Elizabeth, Southeastern. Good morning to you all. Today, I believe, is the greatest day in the life of the people from this constituency. I was born right here, I grew up here, and I still live here. And therefore, I can safely say, and I'm here for a little while. Yes. And therefore, I can safely say that today is one of the best days in the life of the people. And I say that because the journey to bring water to this constituency has been a very, very long one. Long and tedious. Successive governments over the many years was not able to meet the demand of the people of this constituency in respect of potable water. And I am overwhelmed today to be standing here as the Member of Parliament to witness the turning on of water in Junction. Water that will serve not only Junction, but several communities around Junction. And I want to give commendation to a few persons. I've specially invited Dr. Chang to be here today because he was a part of that journey. The Honorable Bruce Goldie was also a part of that journey. I can recall in 2007, prior to the elections, when we toured the constituency with the leader at the time, the Honorable Bruce Goldie. And he listened to the cry from the people of this constituency. After the elections, I was successful. And I met with Dr. Chang and our Prime Minister then. And I informed them of this water project, which was conceptualized from 2001. It was conceptualized from 2001. I was a part of the team that made representation then. Nothing happened for those years. And in 2009, Dr. Chang, along with our then Prime Minister, answered the call. He had a lot of struggles during that time, acquiring the land, putting in the infrastructure. Dr. Chang did it by executive order in order for us to reach where we are today. And I want us to put our hands together for our former Minister of Water. In 2011, after we started the project and we laid the pipes from Long Hill into Nain, and we were about to start building the reservoir, we lost the election. And for that 4.5 years, nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. And in 2016, I toured the constituency with my Prime Minister, the Honorable, Most Honorable Andrew Michael Rhodes. We toured in 2016, and I informed him of the present situation, what happened with the project. And he toured and he listened to the cry of the people, and he listened to the representation that was made by me then. And he answered the call. The pipes were completed, and then we move on to the reservoir at Nain. That was built, and then we move on to the restructuring and recalibration of the water tanks. I toured with Senator Arbin Hill, and we look at those areas, and he mentioned it earlier. Today, we are here with the Prime Minister and the Present Minister to do the official commissioning of this project.
I have one thing I want you to do. Get the work done. And that is the man of action. That is the type of leadership that this country deserves. And that is the type of leadership that we are demanding. I want to just very quickly say thank you to every single individual. Some of you whose names will not be known, but who I know, as Mr. Witter has told me, fought with him for this to happen today. For those of you who are unknown, unheard of, but who are leaders in the community, lifting Mr. Witter up, lifting up our Prime Minister, lifting up the National Water Commission, we want to say thank you directly to you. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. And today is for you and about you. It means that we need partnership with you. So as we commission today a system which brings water not just to Junction, but water to Myersville, Long Hill, and several other places, Warminster, Content, Dunderhill. So when you hear people talking about the ceremony is just in Junction and only some people will benefit, those are persons who may be ignorant, and so we love them and we just inform them of the truth. The truth is that thousands will receive benefit, not just from this project, but because this project is one of several projects that the government will be ensuring is done and not just talked about. You can look out for the work to be done, the Essex Valley Irrigation Project, which will positively impact thousands of farmers in and around the area. And what we need, as I close, is to make sure that the constituents and the members and the residents understand that you are now responsible to protect, to conserve, and to preserve the water that you receive. You are to ensure that we don't use the potable water for irrigation as much as possible. You are to ensure that nobody comes and steals your pipes or breaches the line. Because if they do so, you know who will feel it. So we ask for your partnership, and I say once again, thank you and commendations to all of the stakeholders. Thank you to our Prime Minister for your vision, sir, and for being a Prime Minister of action. And I heard a lady say yesterday, Prime Minister, when I was at a function, that she notices people no longer call you young. But I had to tell her that you're still young. But because you are so experienced, people sometimes forget how young you are. What the youth and the experience have come together to create the perfect mix for development. And Jamaica is receiving the benefit of this leadership. Together, Prime Minister, we as your ministers, we as the constituents, we as the commissioners of the NWC, as the mayors, as the councillors, as the workers, as the media, we want to say to you, Prime Minister, we are proud of you. And you can depend on our continued partnership to make sure that we bring water to every single Jamaican in this beloved country. I thank you.